I'm Mark. This is my 2022 review for Cancer Sun sign and Cancer rising. We start the year with Jupiter moving into Pisces. This is the sign that he co-rules, and also it'll be moving into your 9th house. Now there'll be opportunities that come along with Jupiter. Maybe opportunity to travel, opportunity to learn, to meet new people, to have a new adventure, or to learn about another culture. These are all ideal areas for Jupiter to focus your energy on. Also there'll be a keen interest in philosophy, religion, maybe astrology and psychology. All these things may give you an impetus to learn and to grow. The idea of Jupiter in this position is to replace your beliefs with knowledge and experiences. Now, the other thing we have with Jupiter in this position is that he will want to expand your consciousness. He will want you to gain a better understanding of things so that you can use this going forward when he moves into Aries later on in the year. On the 14th of January, Mercury has his first retrograde period and goes back through Aquarius and into Capricorn. So this will affect communication, and it's good to make sure you read things very carefully and understand things that are said to you thoroughly, even if you have to ask again, so that you make sure you get it right, because misunderstandings are very easy. On the 18th, Uranus, who's been retrograde for some time, stations and turns direct. So by the time Mercury is through his retrograde period, Uranus will be well underway and going at great speed. Now, Uranus will bring a slow awakening, and it may be that first of all you're thinking, oh, I've experienced this before, I'm just going over old ground. This will be necessary before you can make new innovations. Uranus will help you make transformations in your daily life that will bring forth great changes that will benefit you. Now Uranus is in 11th house, so friends and people can help you now, so get them on board, network, maybe join some groups and get the benefit of their experience and knowledge as well. On the 19th of January, we have the Moon's North Node moving into Taurus, and this is your 11th house. Consequently, the Moon's South Node moves into Scorpio, and this is your 5th house. Now, with these nodes changing signs, it's a time to get balance. It's time with Scorpio and Taurus to balance the material and the spiritual world. It's also time to balance the 11th house with the 5th house. This is your closeness against freedom. This is about your self-expression and combining your talents with others in the 11th house. So, the 11th house is about your hopes and dreams for the future. And this is going to be critical now over the next year or year and a half. The 5th house is all about your creativity, so this is also critical for you to grow and expand in that area. Now, the nodes will remain in this sign for well over a year, so you've got plenty of time to work with them. And they will make some interesting conjunctions as well, as we'll see later on in the year. February sees all planets moving direct. This will last for 3 months and will give you a chance to tune into the energies, and it's a time to really achieve. On the 1st of March we have a triple conjunction. This is between Pluto, Mars and Venus, and it happens to be in your 7th house, so this is good for love. If you're in a relationship, you can deepen the love that you have, and if you're not, it's a good time to attract a new partner. Now, with Mars and Pluto together in your opposite sign of Capricorn, this is a very ambitious Mars. This is intensely ambitious. This is a good time to further your ambition. And with Venus, Pluto, it's very creative and intense and desires a lot of love and passion. And Mars together with Venus is also very passionate, but also very creative. So this is a good time to harness these energies as all the planets are moving direct, and this could bring some exciting times within the 7th house area. April is a very busy month astrologically, and it starts off on the 12th with the biggest event of the year. This is the conjunction between Jupiter and Neptune. Now these two both rule Pisces, and this happens in Pisces. Now the last time this happened was in 1856. That was a long time ago, and it doesn't happen very often, but there's a boom to creativity because the planet of expansion, Jupiter, is joining with the planet of imagination, Neptune. So this is great for artists and creators. If you work in a creative industry, this is going to be a boom year for you. It doesn't get any better than this. Now there's added benefit for you Cancerians because this is in your 9th house, and Jupiter rules the 9th house. So there's an expansion here of knowledge, of experiences, of new things. Maybe that you get the opportunity to travel, or you get to learn about other cultures or other peoples. And it may be that you'll also learn about other religions and philosophies. So this is an exciting year. And if you are an artist, this could be a time, or a writer, this could be a time when you get published or noticed. And it's going to be good for the web and the internet. It's a good way to get your self out there and to let people know what you can do and what you can create. Jupiter and Neptune come together at 23 degrees of Pisces. This brings knowledge and creativity, diplomacy and compassion all together. So there'll be a change in the collective heart. And this will help us to heal the loss and the pain of the last 2 years of the pandemic. Also, there'll be an upsurge in spiritual energy, and this will help us to raise ourselves up above all the loss that we had. Now, the other thing we have is in 1856, when the last conjunction happened, Sigmund Freud was born. He brought a new wave of understanding with psychology and psychotherapy, and this is a sort of energy that this conjunction brings. So it'd be good for you to learn about yourself. It'd be good for you to learn about psychology and further your interest in any of these areas that you have. Astrology would be good to delve into. So anything that helps you to learn and understand more about yourself. On the 28th, Venus makes a conjunction with both Jupiter and Neptune. So this will be a very enjoyable day because you've got the Venus qualities coming through with Neptune, which is very creative, very imaginative. It'll be good for visualizing, creating. And then you've got the benefit of Jupiter with Venus, which is good for finances and good for relationships. Then on the 29th, we have Jupiter making a sextile with Pluto. Now this brings power into the equation. This is good for harnessing power, but Pluto's in your 7th house, so it's very good for power sharing and combining with a partner, whether it's business or whether it's pleasure. It's good to make use of it, and there's great faith with this aspect as well. You can make yourself believe in something and have that faith to carry it through. On the 30th of April we have our first eclipse of the year. This is a partial solar eclipse in Taurus. So this is your 11th house. Now this eclipse series is concerned with relationships with authority figures. And being in your 11th house, this could involve groups, friends, maybe that you have friends who are in authoritative positions. So this concentrates on these relationships. Also, this eclipse can often bring responsibilities. Now this could be due to, just say for instance, you were in a group and the chairman of the group became ill and you were asked to take over as chairman and voted in. Now this sort of thing can happen with this eclipse. You could be asked to take on commitments or to take on responsibilities. Now the 11th house is also about the future, so this is a time to be mindful of the future, because there could be events coming up that will change your life quite dramatically, because we also have Uranus conjuncting this eclipse, so sudden changes can appear and change you, transform you, take you off into a totally new direction. So you have to be prepared. You can't be too rigid and set in your ways. You have to be free, and you have to be flexible to accept commitments and to make changes as you go along. It's also a very good time to network as well. Because of this 11th house eclipse, it's a fantastic time to meet new people and concern yourself with other people who are like-minded, so that you can work together. In Taurus, there's also an element of security, and also a side that maybe you may get involved in some group that helps to save the planet or to protect nature in some way. May sees Jupiter move from Pisces into Aries. Now, Jupiter will retrograde back into Pisces again, and will come forward into Aries in January 2023. But this is a taster of what can happen and what's going to happen. Jupiter will be moving into your 10th house. This is the house of career and destiny, of public standing. So it could be that you receive recognition for work done. It could be that you get a promotion, or it could be there are changes to your chosen path. These are all possible under this configuration. Now, with Jupiter in Aries, you can achieve with any reasonable amount of effort. You could see results. And it's a time to take a risk. It's a time to be a little bit naive, but to push forward and to see what you want to do. Try new things, try different things. It doesn't matter if they don't all work out. It's experiencing it and learning things that will give you the benefit. On the 10th of May, Mercury goes retrograde again, and is retrograde during the next eclipse, which is a total lunar eclipse in Scorpio. Now, this is your 5th house. This is time to have a bit of fun. There's been a lot of energy around where you've been working on things and been busy. It's time now to just chill out a little bit and have some fun. Whether it's being creative, whether it's having fun with a love relationship, or whether it's just going out and socialising with your friends. It's a good time to just let your hair down a bit and relax. Now, there will be responsibilities coming your way because this eclipse belongs to the same series as the one in April, so responsibilities, commitments coming in. So try and have fun in between all these. It could be responsibilities for children, and it could be that you have responsibilities for friends or within group situations, but try and mix in and have some fun as well. Now, this eclipse is conjunct the South Node, so there could be things that come up from the past. It could be like a feeling of deja vu when things repeat themselves. So you need to look at this and think, well, how did I deal with this last time? And then perhaps deal with it in a totally different way to see if you can get a result. Now, the other thing with the South Node is it could bring out hidden talents, creative talents that you didn't really know you had. So this is why you need to try things, experiment in things, and you may be surprised to see what you uncover. In June, Neptune goes retrograde, and in July, Jupiter goes retrograde. So their energies become inward bound. But at the end of July, the 31st of July, there's an exciting aspect when Uranus conjuncts the Moon's North Node. Now, this could have an effect on your future path. You've got Uranus and the North Node in your 11th house of the future. This could be open up transformations in your life that completely change your whole direction. The North Node is about our future, our evolution, and sometimes unfamiliar. So there may be things that you're a little bit nervous about, a little bit afraid of doing, but you need to take bite the bullet, so to speak, and take on this new and exciting path, or these new and exciting things that you are presented with. On the 9th of September, Mercury goes retrograde for the 3rd time, but will be direct in good time for the next eclipse, which is a partial solar eclipse on the 25th of October. Now, this eclipse belongs to the Saros 6 South series, which brings control and power to you. This is a time when you will be more confident and feel more powerful, but you have to use this control and power wisely. Events may conspire to bring this for you. Now, the other thing that this can bring is love, because this series eclipse also manifests within relationships. So it could be that you strengthen the love that you already have in a relationship, or you could bring a new love into your life. And this is a very passionate time for you with this eclipse in the 5th house. The final and probably most important astrological event of the 2022 is the total lunar eclipse in Taurus on the 8th of November, because this brings everything together that we've been talking about. This eclipse again comes across in Taurus, and the Sun is opposite in Scorpio. So these two houses again are brought up, the 5th and 11th. This is a main feature of the year. But what happens now is a lot of the other planets are pulled in. The Moon conjuncts and applies to Uranus. So this is a very powerful aspect for you. The Moon is your ruler, so this could bring a lot of change and transformation. Now at the other end we have the Sun, who's conjunct Mercury. Mercury also pulls in Venus, so we have a triple conjunction at the other end. But these are also conjunct the Moon's south node, so the Moon is conjunct the Moon's north node. So everything has been pulled in together. But that's not it, there is more. Saturn squares both ends of this lunar eclipse. Saturn is bang in the middle, and he's in Aquarius, and he's holding the key. Now he forms a T-square. T-squares are challenging aspects. They are difficult to work with. So this is why I always recommend to people that you focus on the empty part of the cross. Now the empty part is your 2nd house. This is Leo in your 2nd house. If you focus your energy on that 2nd house, on your values, on your own personal finances, and on what you hold true, and your security and your self-worth, keep focus on that, and it will help to balance up the effects of this T-square. Now the other thing we have, this eclipse belongs to the same series as the one in October, and again it could bring in power and responsibility. So Saturn is there to help you. Saturn is the king of responsibility. He knows how to deal with it. He knows how to take control and power and use it wisely. So it could be a time in your life when a teacher or a mentor appears, or you read something that is very helpful and very informative and will help you deal with the current situation. So if you have advice given to you, make sure you take it wisely, and put it to good use. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the review for 2022. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If you'd like to leave me a comment, I'll be glad to hear from you.